Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the TEQ LR Relentlessly Surging Power Broly and how good he is in DBZ Dokkan at 55% in the hidden potential system, and of course discuss a little bit about how he performs overall, teams, etc. So Broly is an exploding rage category lead, key +4, HP attack and defense 220%. He raises attack and defense on both his 12 and his 18 key, and that's it. He will activate during his entrance animation upon entry with no condition. For the first turn he'll have 40% damage reduction. For the turns 1, 2 and 3 he'll have an additional key +3 and 30% damage reduction. So what that means is the first turn he has 70% damage reduction, and then from his second appearance he'll have 30% damage reduction. He guards all attacks and has attack and defense of 260%. For every attack performed he gets key +1 up to 5, defense of 50% up to 400%, and chance of performing a critical hit 20% as well, all the way up to 100%. So he will guarantee himself crits after 5 attacks. He will have maxed his defense, barring the actual stacking from his super attack, after 8 attacks. For every attack received he has key +1 up to 5, so he has 10 plus key in total, and attack of 40% up to 300%. This means after being hit 9 times, well, yeah, after being hit 7 times, about 8 times, he will have his full passive built up, and he will launch an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack up to 4 times. So this means that Broly can fire 5 super attacks in a turn right off the bat without any additional in the hidden potential system. If you give him additionals from his hidden potential system, or equipment that is that way inclined, he can potentially fire up to 6 super attacks in a turn. For every super attack the enemy launches at him, he will also get a flat attack and defense up of 30% every single time. When receiving an unarmed super, he has a great chance of nullifying it, giving an attack boost of 260% and countering with tremendous power. Same warrior race, prodigies, berserker, shocking speed, prepare for battle, fierce battle, legendary power as link sets. He's on exploding rage, giant ape power, gifted warriors, mission execution, movie bosses, pure saiyans, rapid growth, super bosses, and uncontrollable power. He massively raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy with his active skill, which can be flat out activated from his third turn. And you'll get defense of 60%, whilst also foreseeing all enemy super attacks for 1 turn, which, in case you're wondering, is pretty impressive. All in all, I think Broly is really good. What makes me really like Broly a lot is that he's very simple to execute. Minimal conditional requirements, minimal requirements in general, no requirements on the active, fair amount of categories for a Broly character, and pretty straightforward. Yes, he can definitely be caught out. It's not like he's immune to damage or anything. He can be caught out, especially if you go through 1 or 2 turns without him really stacking or getting hit or anything like that. Then Broly's not actually going to stack a lot of defense. Like, you need Broly to do his attacks early on while he's not, while his damage reduction's up, while he's not doing a lot of damage actually, so that he can fully build up that 400%. And then from there his stacking will make him really tanky. The issue is when you face a boss who has high damage but low health. This means that Broly doesn't really have time to stack. He doesn't have time to fully stack or fully build up or anything like that. So he ends up in a situation where he can have his defense being way lower than it should be, because he hasn't really stacked up to the point where he should be. So it's just one of those things, really, unfortunately. But yeah, Broly can be caught out, but as long as you know and understand how to use Broly, generally speaking, if you get through that first turn or two and can just get those kind of attacks off, then he's more than fine. He will have some issues in some events, maybe where there's a crit boss or something early on, but he can get up to 3 million, 4 million defense very quickly. We're talking about a unit that can get there in like 10 turns. Like like by turn 10, I mean, not 10 turns of him. By like just 3 or 4 turns, he gets to some crazy defense numbers. It's just about really managing those early stacks, kind of making sure that you're pushing where you need to push, and obviously doing your best to, really kind of like prioritize his stacking where you need to, whether that's on defense, whether that's on being hit, etc. It's also worth it to note that his super attack buffs are great if you can grab them where you can grab them. If you look at things like his super attack buffs, that 4C super attacks is great, but don't warrant putting yourself at risk if you have a better tanking option just to grab the stack, unless you know you're going to survive that. Those can really add up, as they're separate from like the attack and defense buffs, and they'll actually help your stacking of attack and defense because they're in your passive, not in your super attack line. So it is very important, but it's also important obviously to make sure that you're not in a situation where you're getting yourself in danger. That's the worst case scenario, because you don't want to be like that. Overall, I think Broly's great. 55% to hit the way he does, to do the things he does. Yes, he needs to stack. Yes, he needs care and placement and understanding in the beginning. But a little bit of focus in the beginning will reward you with an absolute powerhouse near the end. So that's my thoughts on Broly. Let me know your thoughts. I think he's excellent. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Till then, take care, stay safe, and as always, see you guys next time. Bye.